Thinking about moving to Spokane? Maybe you've seen the hype, the outdoor lifestyle, the lower cost of living, the fast growing housing market, or maybe you've heard the complaints about the weather, the traffic, or politics. Which begs the question, what's the truth? In this video, I'm going to walk you through the real pros and cons of living in Spokane. We're talking about daily life, jobs, weather, growth pains, and community from someone who actually lives here and helps people move here every single week. And if you're in the early stages of planning a move, download my free Spokane relocation guide. It'll help you compare neighborhoods, costs, and lifestyle factors in one simple tool. So let's dig in. So what makes this video different? Look, this isn't a sugar-coated tourism pitch, and it's not a Reddit rant either. I work with families and professionals relocating to Spokane every week. So I hear the real stories, the real frustrations, and the real relief people feel when they land here. This video is based on lived experience, client feedback, and modern realities. Not some outdated rankings or blog posts from who knows when. Let's start with the feel of Spokane. There's something about the pace here that slows people down and in a good way. We're not honked at for driving the speed limit. People still wave when they cross the street. And grocery store conversations while you wait in the checkout line are definitely a real thing here. And what I mean by all that is Spokane has this unique balance, being a big enough place to have all the amenities that you need, yet a small enough place that it still feels local. There's room to breathe, room to parent, and room to enjoy the moment. And as one of my clients told me, they said that this is the first place I've lived where I don't feel like I'm behind all the time. I mean, seriously, what more is there to say? On the flip side, Spokane is growing fast, and honestly, our infrastructure is playing catch up in some areas. You'll notice potholes in older neighborhoods, slow street clearing during snowstorms, construction delays on big arterial roads, and definitely some limited public transit coverage. I mean, we got no commuter rail, and the bus system isn't great for daily commuters. And by no means, it's not unlivable, but don't expect Seattle-level systems. Planning ahead and owning a reliable vehicle is still a must for most people here. Meanwhile, Spokane's outdoor access is a game changer. What makes it different from other outdoorsy towns? Simple, it's usable year-round. In the spring, you got wildflowers and waterfalls and everything coming to life. In summer, it's lake days and rivers and hiking without a lot of smoke usually. Fall is crisp mornings and stunning colors and harvest festivals. Winter, of course, is skiing at Mount Spokane, sledding, and 100+ miles of plowed trails for walking. I mean, we don't just have mountains nearby, we have 4 different ski resorts within 2 hours. And no, you don't have to be hardcore to enjoy it. Whether you're a kayaker, a biker, a stroller pusher such as myself, or a dog walker, there's something here for you. That being said, our weather isn't for everyone. Take 2025, for example. It gave us some of the most bipolar seasonal shifts we've seen yet. We had 3 feet of snow in February, 85 degrees in early April, and it was 107 degrees by July. Then wildfire smoke from Canada by August. Air quality can definitely dip fast during the smoke season, and if you have respiratory issues, you'll want to plan. I'm talking air purifiers, masks, and HVAC filters for sure. Look, Spokane is a 4-season city, but some of those seasons can be a little spicy, so take note. One of the most underrated things about Spokane, you can find almost any kind of lifestyle here. I mean, if you want a walkable and urban type feel, Kendall Yards easily comes to mind, or maybe you want something a little more suburban and new builds. My personal favorite, that's Liberty Lake and Spokane Valley all day. If you want space and land though, which many of my clients do, Green Bluff, 9 Mile, or Colbert could easily fit that description. But if you want, campus energy even, I mean, we got the Gonzaga district or the Whitworth area, or not to mention Cheney with Eastern Washington University right at its core. And even still, some of my clients, I mean, they want something artsy and creative maybe. Garland District is a great place for that. There's always a bunch of boutique stores and festivals and night markets going on there. Really though, most cities of this size don't offer that much variety. That's because Spokane is in the middle of a rural ocean. So as the area's major population center, it's really amenity rich. Oh, and the best part is you're never more than 30 minutes from downtown. But what's the flip side, right? Spokane's layout can be confusing, disjointed, and inconsistent, and sometimes all at the same time. You might go from a 750,000 custom home and then, just down the street, a boarded up rental. Meanwhile, zoning is also a little unpredictable, and some roads and intersections feel like they were designed in 1912 because they were. Not to mention, there's also very little standardization across neighborhoods. Some people like that, but some people really don't. So don't rely on Google Maps alone when choosing an area to live. And this is definitely where working with a local agent really helps. While Spokane's prices have climbed, the value per dollar is still better than most West Coast metros. What you get here for $600,000, let's say, you'd pay like $900,000 to $1.5 million in Portland or Seattle or LA, depending. Homeownership is still accessible for dual income families, and you can still find rentals under $2,000 a month in some pretty good areas. That's not common anymore in many areas across the nation. Also, let's not forget no state income tax in Washington. That's a big win for remote and other high income workers. And with food, gas, and insurance still below the national averages, you're not financially underwater for just trying to live a normal life. But income levels haven't caught up for everyone. Spokane is not a high-wage city across the board. If you're not in healthcare, tech, education, or the trades, or some sort of remote work, the feedback is your income potential might be limited. The job market can feel tight and not very diverse, so do your research. There's not a lot of large employers like in the other major cities, and many companies offer small town pay, especially with our proximity to Idaho, which pays their workers much less on average. So we see a lot of people commuting over to Washington side of things just for work. This is another reason why remote workers tend to love it here. But if you're job hunting locally, you'll want a clear plan. Next, this one's hard to describe until you really experience it, but Spokane is a relationship-first city. People here, they volunteer at their kids' schools, they coach Little League after work, or they join local Facebook groups for like interests. People here often say yes to helping their neighbors without keeping some sort of score. There's a friendliness that isn't performative, and you can show up as yourself, even if you're new. And in my experience, people usually say, "Nice to meet you," and "Glad you're here." It's one of the many big reasons why families stay, even if they thought that this was a temporary place that they were going to live. But real talk. Like many fast-growing cities, Spokane is definitely feeling that cultural pressure between things like longtime locals and new arrivals, or progressive and conservative zones, growth and preservation, or city planning and personal freedoms. You'll often see things like protest signs or tension at city council meetings and neighborhood debates about development or zoning and growth boundaries. The key here is awareness. If you're respectful, kind, and community-minded, you'll fit in just fine. But don't expect everyone to agree with you on what Spokane should become. So, is Spokane perfect? Nope. But it might be perfect for you. It's a place where you can live slower and raise a family and be outdoors. It's growing and flawed and authentic and evolving. It's big enough to find your fit if you know what you're looking for. So, if you're serious about relocating here, start with my Spokane Relocation Guide. It's free, and you'll get access to information that I use to help my clients understand a little bit more about our area. And if you want more personalized help, book a free relocation strategy call with me. I'll help you decide if Spokane's right for your lifestyle, your work, and your next chapter. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more weekly Spokane relocation content. Whether you're early in the process or already house hunting, I've got your back. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.